back
with another one.
I done dropped your little mic,
Back
honey.
again, y'all.
I want to get comfortable because I feel like I be moving a lot, and I want to make sure, like, however I'm sitting, is how I can get cozy and stuff. You feel me?
You should.
So welcome back, you guys, to another Pillow Talk with Adam P. and Amber Denise. 2 E's, not one. Don't ever forget it. We are live tonight with a topic that I am super excited about because I believe when people like me are giving love and relationship advice to people like you, if you are not in a relationship in 2025, I do believe that when we got to know each other back in the day and what love might be today, find love, two different loves. And so I want to be able to, talk about it, break it down, maybe give them some tips and tricks on how to navigate through this whirlwind of the dating experience and finding love in 2025.
Oh, okay. Well, let's navigate on.
Let's have fun. Let's see.
Let's show I navigate.
Hi, Betty. Betty told us hi.
What's up, Betty?
How you doing?
How you doing?
So,
Betty, appreciate you for checking in, Betty.
yes.
Please shout me out. We already did, Betty.
Shout out to you, Betty. We appreciate you being
girl.
on here. So listen, today we are talking about how does societal standards affect finding and keeping love in 2025.
Okay, should be good.
I think it's going to be really good. And do you want to pop it off? Do you want me to pop it off?
Yeah, you definitely can pop it off.
Okay. So when this topic came about, it came about because, as I just stated, it's really hard from what we hear to find love in 2025. And so when you break it down, well, what makes it so hard? Past experiences, the older that you get, the harder that it is to get out there and almost overcome the trauma bonds that you built up over the years to be able to find somebody and be able to give them a clean slate. Even though they should already have one, I get past experiences affect current and future situations.
Yeah.
Right? So we have that. We have social media, and social media is huge in the relationship market today. And then we also have the societal pressures of friends and family. What does that look like? Do they meet their expectations? Are we listening to the side talk of what people are telling us to do instead of following our heart? It's so many things. And so I would like to jump into, I guess the first one, we can start by just being open to dating, right? So say you're looking for your person and you're like, I'm out here in these streets, baby. I'm trying to find my love, but nobody's taking it serious. Well, why is that? Everybody knows that social media plays a huge part in relationship downfalls, and everything is portrayed so perfectly online, right?
It is.
So you have that dynamic, but then you also have the out of work from the home dynamic. So say if you already have somebody, it can be very, very hard. It can be very, very hard to...
I appreciate you, bro. Chris, you gotta know how to pick them, Chris. No disrespect taken, sir. That's why I picked. You gotta know how to pick them, boy.
I appreciate you. Hype me up then. Hype me up then.
13 years in the making, man.
Yes. So when you out there and you over here, you're trying to find somebody, it can make it hard with you have to work, right? That takes time away from being able to date and being able to properly, it's not dissect, properly, you know what I'm trying to say? Give it to me, like.
Properly.
I got a word, y'all. I got a word, and I can't think of it, so I'm going to keep on going because I don't want to lose my train of thought. But, it's going to come to me in a little bit.
It's going to you.
It's going to come to me. So
Chris is married for 22 years, though. I've been married for 22.
Shout out to 22 years. Well, we need some advice from you, Chris.
Wait, wife ain't Chris?
We need some advice from you. That's super dope. And shout out to you for being able to hold it down. And I know 22 years of marriage, I know you done had some highs and I know you done had some lows. So the fact that you still rocking with her and she's still rocking with you, we love that. We absolutely love that.
Either you've been married since you've been 22 or you're married for 22 years. I don't know. Clarify, Chris. 22 years of marriage or 20 you've been married since you've been 22?
Did I just hype Chris up for nothing?
We don't know. Chris probably capping.
No, Chris ain't capping.
We're going to see Chris.
I've been married 22 years.
Okay, Chris.
Okay. I was hoping I ain't hype you up for nothing.
That's good stuff, Chris. For real. What's the secret, Chris? We only got 5 years of marriage. Give us a secret. What's the tip? Keep going while Chris typing that.
No, that's fine because I feel like he gonna come back quick.
Chris ain't saying nothing.
Okay, that's okay. He gonna come back. He getting his
answer. He thinking. That was a good tip.
Okay, so we out there. I was saying, so work dynamic. When you go to work as a grown person, you have only so many hours allotted to you to be able to take the time to be able to find these prospects and then be able to date these prospects. And then after all of that, make sure like, is this really real? What do they have going on? And the process is just so yucky from what we hear. People say that the dating pool is disgusting. And then you do have the unrealistic norms of social media telling you, this is how it's gonna look. Oh yeah, he just comes up from behind me and he holds me and that ain't real.
Yeah.
So then you have these unrealistic expectations that you're putting on people because it looks like what you see every day, that also add pressure to it. And then in today's society, family members and friends will come. What's Chris talking about?
Oh, Chris said just love each other and remember nothing's worth getting in a drag out fight over.
Okay, Chris.
He got 3 kids and a lot of love for them.
I love that, Chris. I love that.
I agree with that too, Chris, man. Nothing's worth getting in a drag out fight over. Ain't nothing that deep.
Ain't nothing that serious.
Ain't nothing that deep. I agree with you, Chris.
Chris, I do got a question for you. So after 22 years of marriage, do y'all go to bed angry with each other? Or do you be like, that's one thing we don't do? Because one thing we be telling people is, I don't care what y'all arguing over and I don't care how deep it may seem, don't go to bed mad at each other. So what's y'all's like take on that?
Yeah, we got to fact check Chris too. Where you at, fact Chris? She got to chat in too, and she got to co-sign you.
She might be taking care of the kids. They got 3 kids.
That could be right.
If Chris say he been married for 22 years, Chris been married for 22 years.
Chris said no, never. You never go to bed mad. See?
I love that.
That's the same thing we said. Chris, yeah, Chris, boy, you one of them, Chris. I like you, brother.
Thank you for rocking with us on this live too, Chris.
Keep holding it down, Chris.
So I was somewhere. Social media, plays a part. Pressure. And then family and friend members come in, and a lot of the questions that they ask and they get into your head about is, do they make this? Do they do this? Does it look like this? Oh no, and if the standards don't match up for the friends and the family, typically a lot of people will take that and they will run with it and be like, oh, I can't because he ain't accepted by so and so. And so I want people to know, like, when you picking your person, you picking your person for you. You're not picking your person for your friends and your family, because baby, it's gonna be a day that your friends and your family ain't gonna be there. Who you gonna be able to rock with? Who you gonna be able to have when you going through those tough moments? You can't always call on your friends and family members. You can't always, run. You need some type of partnership and some type of somebody who has something equally yoked in the situation that y'all can figure out together. They got just as much as lose as you do. So that's where I am. Do you even get the topic? Because I kind of feel like your energy today, I don't even know if you get the topic.
I get the topic. Have you asked me a question?
I told you to pop it out. You told me to pop it out, so it's your turn.
Turn to what?
Talk!
I'm looking at Chris, man. I'm looking at Chris' advice, man. They both work and share the chores. Hugs and kisses every morning and night. All right, Chris.
I love that.
They both share the chores 50-50 down the middle. So, Chris, you washing the dishes and cooking too. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I do the same thing, Chris. Just check it, make sure I ain't the only one. And he get hugs and kisses every morning and night.
I don't get hugs and kisses every morning and night.
Yeah, you do.
I'm just playing. I do.
Yeah, you do. I try to get more than that.
I do. Boy.
PG-13.
We on live.
Listen. So, yeah, societal pressure standards on relationships is very, especially in the new dating age now, because there's so many standards that the world puts out there. All right. So, for example, we have these checklists sometimes, and the world's checklists become your checklist.
Right.
All right. So, let's say for men, some of the pressure on them is to find a woman who can bring something to the table.
Right.
Like, new thing is now, like, what you bring to the table.
That is a thing.
Like, I can make my own money. I can hire a maid. I can hire a chef. Like, what can you bring to the table in addition to that?
Right.
And if you don't match what society says that person should bring, then now you're living on somebody else's standards. And the same thing for women. Mm-hmm. Standard now is, hey, man, you got to be what? You got to have the mark of the beast. 6'6". You know what I'm saying? 6 feet, 6 pack, 6 figures. If you ain't got that, boy, whoo. So that pressure outside worldly standards can affect your dating process, or you being with having confidence in your person. You can start to lose confidence in your person just due to the fact of other people's perspective of what your standard should be. So yes, societal standards have changed the game. Why you with him? He ain't making enough money.
Right.
Or why you with her? She ain't boss enough. She just sit around and cook all day. That's old school. We want somebody out there hustling, trying to build it with you type of deal. So yeah, that can definitely, it plays a factor. I have friends who that plays a factor in their lives now. They see all the women on Instagram, you know, quote unquote, getting money, doing things, being a boss and all that stuff. And they start looking at their old lady like,
you ain't doing enough.
Why you don't do what they do?
Right.
Why you ain't got no business about yourself? And so, yeah, societal pressure does and can cause strain on relationships and shape and mold how you act in your relationship.
And so how do we move forward from the societal standards with feeling good and making our stance on, you know what, I know this is the standards that society has put on people. I know that it may not look like it is, but how do we give people the confidence to be able to say, I don't care. Like, I'm going to rock to the beat of my own drum. I'm going to build something with somebody instead of expecting somebody to already have it built. I'm okay to give people time and the freedom to be able to figure it out, because that's what life is. Life is a lifelong journey. You don't have to have it figured out when you meet me. Have a plan. I do believe in plans, but you don't necessarily have to have it all figured out. How do you tell that? Say your daughter comes up to you.
Okay.
And your daughter brought you, your daughter brought this man home.
Yeah.
And this man works at a regular 9-to-5 job, only makes, say, 25, 30K a year.
Work at the chicken factory.
Yeah, 25, 30K a year.
Okay.
Doesn't have a business going right now.
Okay. It's getting deep.
Yeah. House rents a house.
Okay, you rent a home.
And has a kid.
And he got a kid.
What advice do you give to your daughter if she's like, hey, but I really love this guy?
Hey, you have to be happy with yourself every day. So if you're happy, then who am I to say you're not happy? I will tell you, hey, let's. Is he willing to grow? I have standards for her, and I have standards for people. I have standards for my friendships. I have standards for you. I'm gonna have standards for my kids too.
Right.
And with that being said, if this person is coming into my family, I need to make sure he kind of meets my expectations. And one of those is be willing and open to grow. If you tell me, oh yeah, he willing to open to grow, he want to learn, he want to do better, he just trying to figure it out and be cool. Let's go, because we're all designed to grow. So I wouldn't say, oh, he ain't making no money, you need to leave that chump. Like, that don't make no sense.
Right.
I don't know why he working there.
Right.
He could have, lost his whole family in a fire or something. I don't know. Or he could maybe hasn't had the best mentors as of yet. Could be from a small town like me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He just went with what he knew. Seen his uncles working at the chicken plants. Now he got the chicken plant cutting up chicken.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, as long as it's open to grow, I'll be with it.
Chris said, not to get weird, but always make time for the love making. That connection once a day is the best thing, and it's a good stress relief. Chris!
Where you been at, Chris? I've been talking about this every day. She said I talk about it too much.
Literally, he talk about this every day, Chris. Every day.
No, on the live. Every day on the live, we having conversations about how important intimacy is in a relationship.
Literally, for the last 4 or 5 days. That's one of his main things.
Because 50, and that's why Chris still married.
Yeah.
We Googled it, and 55% of divorces are due to lack of physical intimacy. So Chris, that's why you still married. It ain't because you don't drag no knots, because every single day, y'all connecting, reuniting every single day. That's it. That's the secret sauce, man. Y'all better check Chris. Chris know what he's talking about.
Chris knows exactly what he's
Chris
talking about.
Got the game.
He said, you definitely have the standards, never stop growing. And that's the thing. Growth, that's all you need to have is like he said, the mentality to grow.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily have to be there. You don't necessarily have to have it figured out, but do be willing to go seek out the knowledge if you don't have it, and go be willing to, find those mentors that you may be looking for. Or if you don't have the funds and resources to find a mentor and you haven't ran into the right mentor yet, make sure the group that you're around is speaking life into you. And is
100%.
actively trying to push forward to the next thing.
I'd rather hang around nobody than the wrong people.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, I'd rather hang around. I'd rather be alone than be around people who don't push me in a better direction, force me to grow. Isolation, how I go? Isolation brings elevation.
You say Kevin Gates.
No, Kevin Gates said that. But it makes sense, man. Yo, get alone, figure out like, hey, listen, how can I get around the right people? Where can I start? What moves can I make? So y'all rather be alone than hang around the wrong people, 100%.
And I would tell people, very important, a man. Yep. So I would tell those out there who are looking for love and they feel like they can't find it, or they're struggling to have the clarity, like, is this my person, when meeting other people, this is what I would tell you. I would tell you to sit down, get alone, like in a closet or something. I mean, like something like real quiet. Get a notepad and paper and write down write down the attributes that you're looking for in a person that does not include the financial status, does not include the physical looks, and does not include the past of what that they've been through. Because some people have been through some things in the past that may not look good on paper, but that doesn't make them a bad person. Write down what you're really looking for. I'm looking for a leader. I'm looking for a person with vision. I'm looking for somebody who is connected to God. I'm looking for somebody who knows how to show empathy. I'm looking for somebody who can communicate. I'm looking for somebody who has a high emotional intelligence. Write those things down. Do not attach it to a physical thing. And I promise you, once you do that and you read that list over and over, the people that you are meeting, you'll start to notice like, well, dang, I might have went on a couple dates that there might have been some good people. And I might have missed out on the love of my life because I was focusing on the wrong thing. You have to get more than skin deep, and you'll start to learn you can love anybody. I believe that. Say what you want. You, with enough time and enough conversation, if y'all just have enough in common, you can love anybody. Just find your person. And that's what I want more people to do. Stop looking at the outside and what it looks like. Because I believe that's what social media has done. It has trained us to look at what it looks like and not take it for what it is.
100%. I agree. Oh, we got a new chat commenter, Lucky Trey. Lucky Trey?
What y'all doing to get revenue? So I make money on social media currently on my platform, and we are currently building up our platform to get monetized as well. So that's why we're going live, so we can get our watch hours on here and stuff, and we really enjoy doing this. And on top of that, right now we're selling stuff to get revenue. So
yeah,
that's what we doing.
So yeah, if y'all don't know, my wife, she one of the social media influencers. Got 700,000 across all platforms. Amber needs 2 E's, not 1. She everywhere.
He gonna hype me up
every time. But yeah, so I recently quit my job. So revenue comes down to I was the main breadwinner for a while, for years.
Yeah.
Decades.
The whole time, yeah. It's okay, you can be real.
Yeah. I got to the point now, it's like, hey, listen, I want to really tap into my purpose and why I'm here. So basically saying, F money, let's go find this purpose and why we're really here and really chase this freedom. So yeah, for the past couple days, couple weeks, man, we doing what we gotta do to make money.
Yeah.
Selling furniture, getting skinny. She building her thing, doing her thing, and we just gonna keep trusting God and showing up. Appreciate that question, Lucky Trey. 1000%.
Yeah.
Back to what you were saying though about the so question for you.
Yes.
I know you took out the finances. You said take out the finances. Should they also take out the physical?
Yeah, I thought I said that.
You said it's okay.
But if I didn't, yes.
So you said the physical and the financial aren't important when finding your person.
I believe that when you're 18, I think at 18 years old, you can be all about the physical. I believe you're young, you have time to explore, do your big one. I believe at 35, 40 years old, if you're still single and have actively been looking, you need to reassess your standards and you need to reassess what am I looking for, because it could be really superficial reasons on why you haven't found that person.
Yeah.
So a lot of times when that's what I said, sometimes the looks don't matter, because when you talk to somebody and you fall in love with their mind, I promise you, your whole perspective changes. You might be like, well, when I had looked at you when I first met you,
wait a minute,
you really wasn't popping on nothing. But now I might cock my head to the side a little bit and hold on, you ain't looking that bad. Couple months pass by. Yeah, a couple months pass by. Ooh, baby, you actually kind of fine. You know, so I don't believe that that's everything. I do believe that it's cool if you find somebody who meets you on that level of your mindset as well as the physical looks. That's great, but I don't believe that's everything.
Nah. Okay, I just want to ask that question though. I want to ask a question about. Want to ask a question just about that because a lot of people come into it thinking, "Hey, listen, that's the biggest societal pressure I would think."
Right. Yeah.
That's the biggest. Hey, listen, how much money they making, how they look.
Because you don't want to bring nobody to your family cookout and people be like, "Ooh,
woo,
child, what you?"
Hey,
child.
That's what you say. As long as you happy, but they're gonna be talking about you. But either way though, like it ain't about that.
You
like
think
you said.
that though, because you might, you know, we've known some people who haven't been the best looking, and some of your you have like a friend that I don't believe is like the best looking. However, the personality, they funny and stuff like that, and they come in the room, people, I don't think the first thing people be like now after talking to them is, oh, they ugly. Yeah. I think they be like, he funny as ever. Like, he funny. Your personality can overtake that.
I think you said that's a maturity thing. I think you said.
Yeah.
I do believe once you get to 35 plus, 40 plus, I don't think you come in door saying like, oh, he ugly. No, you ain't doing it no more. Maybe you like 16.
It depends who you talking about. It depends who you talking about. You know them group chats be pumping now.
Man, after you get 35 and 40, though, some people got dad bods and they just look. Even the people who pop in high school, they look a mess now too. So yeah, now that makes sense. Well, I'm glad you said that. Okay.
I like that one. Let me see. And then I want to go to, I guess, being able to stand up to your friends and your family and what I believe that you shouldn't do. Societal pressures come when you already have somebody, is what I'm speaking about specifically, and you input people into your business too much. And once you do that, it opens up the floodgates for everybody to put their opinion on you. And if it doesn't make sense to them and what they say they would do, all of a sudden you start second guessing your person. So I'm really talking to the people who already have somebody. And if you already have somebody and y'all go through something that's not necessarily pretty, right? No matter what whether it's financial, whether it's intimacy issues, whether it's a communication barrier, whatever it is, I would tell you to talk to your partner and don't go talking to your friends and your family. Because number one, people love to say, it could never be me. But most times they done been through the same thing and it has been them. Or they single, they ain't got nobody, and I know it ain't gonna be you because you don't got nobody. I'm over here really fighting for something I have. Or you can mess up a really good thing just because you allowed other people's perspective to come in and shift yours. So if you have somebody, I'm telling you, if you going through something, keep that to yourself. Do not let the outside world into your inside business. Keep it in your household. Talk to you. You have a person for a reason. I don't have to go run my mouth to everybody else. I got somebody to run my mouth to. For better or for worse, I got somebody to say what I gotta say to. And that's where you'll see things start getting better and start getting easier. And you starting to be like, dang, okay. I'm building a real deal partnership with you. So like I said, I'm talking to people who already got somebody on that one. From the societal pressure standpoints.
Yeah. Any other pressures you believe that society puts on relationships?
I would say one of ours currently.
What's that?
One of our things. So we ain't got no money right now. We not rolling in the dough. And society make you think that if you ain't balling out the bando, you just the bottom feeder. You the bottom of the bottom. You ain't worth nothing. That's what social media. If you ain't getting money, you ain't da-da-da-da. If you ain't da-da-da-da. And I just can't allow that to come into my space, and I can't allow that to penetrate my mind because I don't know. I don't believe anything on social media. Y'all will hear me say this so much. He knows all the time. Yeah. I believe everything on social media is fake. So I promise you, this is no cap. I could see something and it could be so good. I'm like, yeah, that look nice, but it probably ain't even like that for real offline. So I have a trauma with social media, I would say, because I've seen too much on and off social media from different people that I can see like, why you be capping like that? And so I can't even allow that stuff to penetrate my mind anymore. I feel like the more we break these societal norms and we come out doing it our own way and doing it different than most people are, child, we gonna break the doggone internet. We really gonna turn up because we're different than other people. Everybody's trying to fit in and look the same and have the same goals and carry the same bags. You know, do all this stuff. Drive whose car? Like, I feel like when you break out of that and you become okay with just being who you are and being okay to be vulnerable where you are in that moment and letting people watch you grow and stuff, you are breaking societal standards and you're setting a new standard for people who are just like you and who want to be feeling like I am doing okay. I'm not behind. Life isn't just taking me from behind. Like I am moving. I'm making progress.
Yeah, that's it. And like I said before, I think normalize being broke.
You said that.
Listen, here's the thing. At the end of the day, any given point in your life, you could be at a point to where the money ain't money and like you want it to.
Right.
All right. And if it is consistently money how you want it to, it probably because maybe you got a good job, you had that job for X amount of time, and but even in that situation, you're probably doing something you really don't enjoy doing every single day.
Right.
So you're not broke on money, now you're broke on time. Because you're doing something you really don't want to do to make that check.
Right.
All right. So in any situation, in those situations, you're gonna be broke. So again, money and time. And I know for sure that time is way more important than money. So I'd rather be broke on money than broke on time. Because if I have time, I can trade time to make money. I can find ways to create ways to make money if I have time to think about it.
Right.
And that's the whole thing now is people think, oh, well, I gotta have this, I gotta do this. I can't go out there and say, listen, right now, I ain't got it financially. Right? People, it's hard for them to say those words. They feel like people are going to devalue them, I would say.
Right.
But you got to flip your mindset. You got to flip the script and say, man, it's a part of life. Unless you came from like a silver spoon or a trust fund, baby, it's a part of your life. I grew up broke. I mean, my parents were broke, grandparents were broke. So for me, it really was normal. I got out of college, so I'm making a little money. Like, okay, I'm making some money now. I'm making like 5 times the amount I'm making. So I'm making some money now, but right. I was broke on time. Working crazy hours, working on the weekends. And then that kind of shifted to another perspective to where I was making 25, 30K a month selling stuff for other people. I still taking a lot of time to do it. 8-hour day, 9-hour day, 10-hour days. Like,
more than that.
Then I have no time to get to my wife, no time to get to my kids. And you guys start thinking, the older I've gotten, my 35th year, I realized that, boy, life is short. Your parents getting older, like your kids getting older. Like these years fly by. So I told myself I'm not wasting another year.
And I don't think you should.
I could die this year. And I want to die chasing something, building something, I would say. Like truly helping people, adding value to their life. And I don't feel like I'm doing that, then what are we doing?
So I like when you said something about the financial thing, and I would like to go back to people who are looking for their person. I think it would, so as we're older, I do believe that most people have kids in their older age. So you are looking for stability and you are looking for some type of protection if you are some kind of come up in a way, like you can help me add value here in our older age, because now we got real life responsibilities. We ain't out here just kicking it. But when you meet somebody, if you can find somebody who you can rock with and you can genuinely just be around, not feeling no pressure, and they broke, you got to know that it can only get better from here, because you got to be able to survive in those seasons where y'all don't have anything. So if you can do that starting out, baby, it's always only going to get better, because I know we're not going to stay here. Yeah. Like both of our minds, if we have vision and we have dream and God is leading us, we can only go up. But if I was able to survive with you when we down and we out and we didn't have nothing and still be happy, not even survive with you, like really be happy, nothing can break that. And I think that's the beautiful thing. What people miss is y'all looking for such security that you miss out on that blessing of being able to feel that. And it's a beautiful feeling. I ain't gonna lie to you, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful.
Hey, I said it earlier. If money's your only problem, you ain't got no problems for real.
That's a fact.
Like, if that's your only problem, like, I ain't got no money. There's so many ways to make money. Like, they print trillions of dollars every single day. You just got to find out, you know, what value you want to bring to the world first. Once you figure out that, then the money going to find you. That's the secret. Like, that's the secret to everything that we're talking about now. If you don't have time to do those things, That's where the problem comes in at. Because money ain't the issue. It's the time part. Like I said, so yeah. Be happy. You said be happy being broke.
Yeah.
Like still be happy while you're broke, man. Enjoy every single day. For this today the Lord has made. You better rejoice and be glad in it.
Oh, I tweeted that the other day.
I'm gonna preach to you now.
I tweeted that one. That
That's the
was
Bible
good.
stuff, man. Every day wake up and just be joyful that I made it to see the other day. The money, we'll figure that stuff out. Like that's, and I trust and believe that once you figure it out, ain't no going back down. Anybody I've talked to or interviewed that's had like a certain level of wealth, they always say if I lost it today, I can get it all back tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Because once you know how to make it, it's over with.
Right.
And once you know how to create it, you understand the process, the systems, the habits. Like it's up. You gotta figure that stuff out though.
Beautifully said. Chef's kiss.
Wow. All right. What are any other pressures or standards?
I would like to ask you about a pressure standard and get your thoughts and opinions on it. So, My mom just texted me to make sure she's okay. Okay, she's fine. What are your thoughts? Because society looks at it as something negative, and sometimes people can't be comfortable and content, going out because of the age gap and not wanting to be judged. What do you think about significant age gaps in today's society? Because it's a lot more, I believe, than it was before. You want to get that?
No.
All right.
I'll call that.
All right. It's a lot more common, I would say, in 2025 than it was in 2010.
Yeah.
And way more, what's the word? Like, not adored, like, what word am I, like, way more hyped up, like a word. Why can't I think of my words today? I need to start reading my dictionary.
It's more common. It's more commonplace, more common practice. It's more acceptable.
Those are good words. Those wasn't my words, but yeah, those are good words too. So yeah, more common, more acceptable. What are your thoughts on it?
Again, happiness is happiness. I don't think there should be, if you love somebody, you love somebody. You find somebody in the season you find them in. I don't think, like, you should put an age on that kind of stuff. Make sure it's a legal age, of course. Don't be weird. But
yeah, 18. I'm talking about 18 and older.
Yeah, I understand that. So yeah, if a 40-year-old finds a 20-year-old and they kicking it, I feel like the 20-year-old can learn something from the 50-year-old, the 40-year-old, and I feel like the 40-year-old can learn something from the 20-year-old, and they can help each other grow in different areas. If they kicking and vibing like that, but coming into it, those people need to understand there's going to be some differences and some, generational gaps.
Right.
That, they have to educate each other on. But I feel like if that's your thing, you should do it. Don't let aging number the number.
Are you going to trade me in at 40 for 220?
No. Only God knows that. I don't plan on doing that.
Oh, you need to say no.
I'm not going to do that.
I'm not trading you in at 40 for 220s.
I know you won't. I'm not either. I don't want to, but I can't. I might plan God laugh at me. I don't plan on trading you in for nothing ever in the world.
I'm going to still look good at 40.
I believe it. I'm going to keep you. You can even more popping in.
I'm going to be looking real good.
I'm going to leave you at 40. Every time I invested in you, I'll be a fool.
I'm going to be real good.
I'll be a fool. A big fool.
Out there on yachts in Miami.
You're doing more than that. We yachts in Morocco.
You know I don't like flights and stuff.
Look at me staying there forever.
I guess that's another pressure that I want to talk about. So putting the pressure on your partner to be able to provide a luxury lifestyle on a Walmart budget. Because it looks good. I'm especially talking to my ladies. Ladies, let's make sure that we are feeding our man and fueling our man with love, grace, and positivity. Let's make sure that we're not pushing things on them that we see from the outside looking in to have them stressed out more. I don't believe a man should be working 3+ jobs to be able to provide you bags and trips. I believe that you should care about, first of all, that messes up people's health. Let's start there. Do you want them to live long? Number 2, it messes up their mental. So when you and their emotional stability. So when you know that, I'll tell you, just because it looks good online doesn't mean that it's real life popping. What I mean by that is, it's like a car. You know, when you get a car, we use this analogy a lot. You get a car, and you're like, "Oh, I got a new car.
Yeah.
What do you do with that car? You get in that car, you like, "Oh," you smell the car, the new car smell.
Yeah.
You look at the car, you take a picture in front of the car, on the side of the car, in the seat. You know, you really popping. You post it.
Yeah.
Next week, you already looking at new cars. You already looking to upgrade. You already looking like, oh yeah, that's nice. You're already tired of that thing. That is the same thing with all these materialistic things. Make sure that you are not putting emphasis on where you're creating the experiences. Make sure you're focusing on how you're creating the experiences. So if all your husband can do in this moment, or all your man can do in this moment, is provide you a picnic in the house on your floor, appreciate the thought. Appreciate the effort, because most people who got money really ain't getting that effort for real. I'll tell you, he's most creative when he ain't got no money. He's most creative, because it's different from saying, I'm gonna take you out to eat and I'm gonna buy you a gift and there you go. But when you really ain't got no money for real, you really gotta get in that tank, and you gotta make it look cute still. You gotta make it feel good. And he done came up with some cute stuff. My Mother's Day gift last year was real cute. Made me cry. I'm not like a big crier. Made me cry. I was like, oh, this is like real cute. I love thoughtfulness. And I'm not saying all women are mean, but I do believe that putting that pressure on somebody to get you to a space that maybe you're currently not in right now, we need to stop that in 2025. We don't need to do that no more. The bag can wait. The bag is not going to feed your soul. The bag is not going to make you laugh. The bag is not going to invest in you. The bag is not going to hold you at night. So make sure that you're treating your person good, that you have right beside you, and taking those societal standards off the relationship. And I believe if you do that, you can be truly happy.
Let's back up a step though.
Okay.
You said people shouldn't work 3 jobs to be able to buy a bag on a trip. There are people working 3 jobs just to pay the bills. And I don't think that's right either. All right? If I got to work 3 jobs to pay a bill, I try to do that as well though. So I'm speaking from a place of experience. It ain't worth it. That bill ain't worth it. Like, cause the time that you're gonna spend trying to get that money to pay a bill, it's like a never-ending cycle. And like she just said, it decreases the quality of your health. Your long-term health. You're probably sleeping less, you're stressed out, like you listen to people you don't want to listen to. And all that stuff weighs on you as a human being, as a man. Like you're a slave to these 3 jobs just to pay the bills. And you think, oh, I gotta be responsible. I got a wife, I got kids, I gotta do what I gotta do.
Yeah.
We gotta find something else to do. We got to. You have to. Your life depends on it.
Yeah.
Number 1. Well, I don't know what to do. Well, it's time to take some time to figure it out. And I'd rather go to the very bottom to figure it out and try to stay in the middle. Because you working 3 jobs, you're definitely middle class. And just barely paying the bill, that's the middle class America right now.
Yeah.
Working multiple jobs just to, put food on the table and keep the lights on. That's the majority of America. But if you keep doing that, nothing's ever going to change. You're going to weigh yourself out, you're going to burn yourself out, you're going to get sick. And then you're no good to nobody when you're sick. You're no good to your wife, you're no good to your kids. You probably ain't loving your wife like that if you're working 2, 3 jobs. You ain't loving your kids like that. And what's the point of life?
You heard what Chris said?
Yeah, Chris did say that, man. Like, you really gotta make that time for your people. And if you ain't got that time, you can't do nothing with it. So again, I say, I'd rather be broke on money than broke on time. Keep the money. Give me my time back. I'll figure out the ways, to survive every day money-wise. God will do that. All right?
What the Bible say? Give me this bread. Give me our daily bread. That's all.
Give my daily bread. And it also says, if God will feed the birds in the sky, why wouldn't he feed you? You got to understand that stuff, man. Certain principles people don't live, but they say, oh, I'm a Christian, y'all believe in God. But you really don't read that word for real. Because if you read it, you'll be more in tune with the Creator. You'll understand that I ain't going to be doing everything for money.
Right.
All right. I know the standards that I live by. The standards I live by are based on truth. Because this truth has been going around for 2,000 years now. And it's been working for people for these last 2 millenniums. So why would I try to switch something up, change something up? No, don't make that. Don't make sense.
And
don't read your Bible. Hashtag read the Bible.
This is cute. So we got 4 people on there. Do any of y'all 4 people have any questions that y'all can ask us? Throw like a random question, a random love question in the chat, and we will talk about whatever you throw in here. It could be anything, literally anything.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
Test our gangster.
Let me see.
Test our relationship. Test our coaching ability.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Also, this is a perfect time to, while you guys thinking of questions, if you have any questions, we have a community that we're currently building. The community is called High Value Marriage University. All right, it's a community. It's a community that we're building because we do want to help people, one, find their person and keep their person.
Yes.
And in today's age, with the societal pressures applied to relationships, you know,
it takes a village.
People break up and get divorced all the time, every single day. So we got a community where we're having daily coaching, education, accountability around the 3 big things that cause divorce. Communication issues, intimacy issues, finance issues, infidelity issues, all that stuff. We're talking about it. We're getting better. We're growing every single day in that department. And if you want some married friends, hey, listen, I want people in a relationship because I don't want my single friends telling me what to do because I can't listen to them boys. Them boys, they're still wilding. Them boys still in the streets. I'm trying to get out the streets with my old lady. So that's it. We got the community going. The link's in the description. What question we got? Any questions?
No questions. Nobody had any questions for us, which is okay. I'm trying to think before we get off because I don't like to ramble on you guys and stuff like that. So I think that everybody's off. You want to end it here?
It's up to you.
We got 20 minutes. Is there anything else you would like to discuss?
No, I think we had a great conversation.
I think we did.
Just have your own standards and make your standards physical.
I love that. So y'all make sure y'all tune in with us every single day. Well, Monday through Friday. Are we doing Sundays? We're not doing Sundays. So Monday through Friday at 7:00 p.m. we will be on here chatting about different topics of love, having conversation with you guys about, y'all can ask us questions, we come with topics. It's just like a thing. So help us make it a thing. If you just jumped on and you're like, oh, I'm curious to know what's going on, go watch it because we're going to post it on the page. But we appreciate everybody so much for chatting with us tonight. Our chat rate was the highest it's ever been tonight. So that is a win.
That's a win.
That's a win.
Shout out to Trey and Chris.
Yes. And we'll see y'all on Monday at 7. So y'all have an amazing weekend. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Don't be texting and driving. Don't be drinking and driving. We don't do none of that. And go out there looking for your person and let us know how it went on Monday.
Be out.
Okay, bye.
Be out.